Alright, what's up y'all, Taker here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to talk about the power of glass cleaning takeover in NBA 2K21. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff, and let's try this 1 to 1K likes. So the takeover we're detailing in specific in today's video is See the Future. There's two other glass cleaning takeover options. You have glass cleaning dimes and box out wall. I don't think either of those two are really worth running when it comes to in comparison to a lot of other takeovers in the game, and this one in specific as well. With any of the glass cleaning takeover options, it feels like you get an additional boost to the 3 badges that have to do with rebounding. So it feels like you get more rebound chaser, more box, more worm. You can see I'm gonna have a couple times where I break some box outs like I have worm, but I don't have the badge at all. Elite box outs as far as making sure people don't break them, and I only have bronze box. So all types of stuff like that. I just feel like overall the glass takeover gives you tremendous boost to that stuff. Now in today's video, I have a lot of points that I want to talk over as far as actual rebounding tips and making a better rebounder regardless of the glass cleaning takeover, but for the sake of the video, we're going to talk about specifically the glass take and the abilities and traits that it gives you for just having it on. Now, the one that we're going to talk about is ball trajectory, so just tracking the ball and making sure you know which way it's going to go. And what I want to highlight most specifically when it comes to this ball trajectory thing right here is essentially what you're going to see is a couple times where I would normally jump for this rebound, but because I know that it's going to be going to the left side and there's no way I'm grabbing this right here. There's no way I'm just going to jump for the rebound and like snag over his head in that situation. So what I'm going to do is this guy doesn't know where the ball is going to go, so he jumps for it like any normal person would because he doesn't know where the ball is going to bounce. So typically, as soon as the ball hits the rim, you're just going to jump. And that's kind of how it is in this little crapshoot of like, you know, situation of rebounding sometimes. Now, when you have to See the Future, again, this made it so I knew I'm not going to jump for it regardless, and I know I'm going to try and get to the left side of him. And you can see the effects of it firsthand right here. He's on his way down from jumping because he thought it was going to be more of a vertical rebound, which, you know, like I said, most people are probably going to anticipate that's the case, whereas I knew exactly where it's going to go, so I'm not jumping for it, and it puts me in play for the long rebound while he is completely canceled out of it because he's mid-animation of coming down from jumping. Now, to go back to this from the start, I'm gonna just put it like this, and you can see again, just simple box outs, being able to seal them off. I know where it's going to go, boom, like I said, seal them off, jump for it. So I'm going to take this play from the start and explain to you guys how important it really is to be able to know where the ball is going to go in this exact situation. So you're going to see J20 shoots the ball right there. Now before the indicator even pops up, I'm thinking that he's on my left. I'm playing for the rebound to the right. Like I'm just going to go ahead and get in this situation right here, and I'm going to play for the ball to bounce to the right. It's pretty much a 50-50 thing before I know where this is. So if I don't have glass takeover on, again, I'm playing for the 50-50 right here. If it bounces left, it's his. If it bounces right, it's mine. Like he already had position on me. I have to just put myself in play for the 50-50, and if it bounces left, then oh well, I can't get it. Now what's so beautiful about it is I played the right side, and if it came right to me on the right side, that's easy rebound. And because it went to the left, and I knew that I wasn't going to jump for it because it was going to be such a long rebound, and I was going to track over to the left, it put me in play for both sides. That is so elite and so important that a lot of people don't understand the intricate details of knowing that type of stuff. Now this bullet point right here you might be a little bit skeptical of if you've never watched any of my videos before. This is your first one that you've seen, and specifically if you've never watched the one where I detail what attributes get boosted by each takeover. So I know because of that study that even if you don't fill up your takeover meter, you're still going to get the attribute boost progressively. So for instance, at about half takeover, you're going to get like +5 to your best attributes. So you're going to get +5 rebounding, +5 vertical, etc., stuff like that. Either way, if you've watched the video, you know you get attribute boost even if you don't have takeover activated. Now, what I also want to talk about is in previous games like 2K20, 2K19, 18, Lockdown Takeover had this additional perk to it pretty much, where even if you didn't have your takeover activated, you were able to spam passing lanes, spam steals, spam reach-ins, and as long as you didn't get the foul or anything like that, you don't lose any takeover. However, if you spammed passing lanes on anything other than lock takeover, you would lose takeover meter. So that alone tells me there are hidden abilities even if your takeover is not activated in these specific takeovers. So you're gonna see this one right here. I mean, yeah, this is just kind of like a nice little clip where, you know, I get priority toward the rebound for no reason. Really, it's a pretty inexplicable thing right there. But I do feel like, I'm gonna just put it like this, I didn't get the benefit of the doubt when it comes to rebounding like that until I had this takeover on as my primary. So now what I'm going to talk about right here is left versus right. Then we're going to talk about short versus long, etc., stuff like that. How the takeover itself, See the Future, is helping you see type of stuff like this and how it really affects. Now, again, same exact thing. He has the box out on me. I'm pretty much playing for the right side rebound. Same exact thing as that clip like 2 clips ago, to where, you know, like I said, he had the position on me. He has the left side, I have the right. I'm just going to go ahead and play for the long rebound to the right because, again, I'm just out of position. It's as simple as that. Now, right here, I'm able to attack the box out, get the box out essentially. Like I was able to beat him to the inside of the hoop. It's very rare that you're going to see a situation like that when he's so deep in the paint, but I was able to pull that off right there. And then just like that, you're gonna see the lunge ability, just the priority that is given to you because you have the glass takeover on. I mean, really, it just finds its way into your hands with this takeover, man. But either way, you guys heard what I said as far as the whole playing for the 50-50 rebound. I was playing the right side, was able to still seal him off with the box out, and then was able to still get the left side because of that. Now, I'm going to talk about far versus short right here, and also the added reach that I feel like you get, and like just the lunge that you get with this takeover being activated. So you're going to see right here, long rebound. I'm already knowing it's going to the right. Fortunately, I know that, and I see that it's literally at the free throw line. So forget about the whole box out thing. Forget about me trying to jump with him. I'm moving my left stick back to the free throw line now, and then also tapping wide at the same time. Now, I personally feel like if I didn't have this takeover activated right here, I'm not getting this rebound. Now, obviously, it's in the trajectory where it's going to bounce right toward J20. He's able to grab that rebound. Simple. It's going to be a pretty easy thing. Now, maybe because of the lack of responsiveness or something like that, it actually bounces more toward the wing. Then he's not able to get it. We don't get the ball back. Just like that, it's wasted team takeover that he has on. Maybe these guys end up scoring some points on us. You get the deal. Rebounding is so important in this game, and I feel like a lot of people discredit it because it feels very randomized, but when you're actually able to have this takeover on, it feels perfect, man. And I've talked about this, you know, all types of stuff with the lockdown takeover, how it's very easy to shoot in this game, yet people would agree that it's very hard to defend. And then I'd like to think a lot of people's opinions are that rebounding is pretty random. Now, I'm going to talk to you guys about how it's actually not very random right here. So you're going to see the timing that he got right here is very early, and then 59% covered. I know this is kind of blurry right now. I don't exactly know why, but either way, we're going to be here to talk about this. Early equals far, late equals short. So I'm talking about where it hits the rim. So early is pretty much always going to hit back rim. Late is going to hit front rim. Now, that's not a 100% thing. It's more like an 85%, 90% thing. You're going to see a couple outliers here and there, and it's going to frustrate you if you try and play by this type of method in those situations. But regardless, you're going to see this hold true almost 95% of the time, maybe 90. And on top of that too, we'll talk about it later in the video, where the contest percent actually enhances how extreme this type of air ball, or how far it hits the rim, or how short it hits the rim essentially gets. Anyway, you're going to see that hold true on this clip right here. Like I said, very early equals long, very late equals short. Contest makes that even more extreme. And just like that, boom, super long air balls. I have the position right there. Perfect. Like, and honestly, I know that's not a very easy thing to read on the fly and like on demand. Like, you're not gonna be able to just always look up at the screen, see what the timing and contest was and stuff like that. However, you can pretty much always guarantee you know how good the contest is gonna be just by visually before it even pops up. So if you end up seeing that it is a very early or a very late, then you can position yourself for the rebound in that sense. Like I said, if he shot a very late right there, this guy probably would have had the rebound positioning on me because it would have bounced this way, most likely, because it would hit front rim. Very early hit back rim. Well, technically, he didn't even hit rim at all, but you get the deal. Anyway, very early equals long, very late equals short. Now, you're going to see that hold true right here. You're going to see I get a really good contest percent right here. He shoots a slightly late this time, not a very late, but you can see the contest percent was super strong. Hits front rim, simple as that. It's going to be short almost every single time, and then it just bounces right back to me in J20. Now, did this end up getting us the rebound because I know that? No, J20 was already there anyway and right in position for it regardless, so it is what it is. Now, like I said, this is not a 100% thing. There's a couple outliers here and there. It's going to be more like a 90% thing where sometimes it's not going to actually do what I'm talking about. So you're going to see this shot right here. It's a slightly late 100% smothered. My initial assumption of what is actually going to happen right here is it's going to airball short, and you can see I actually put myself in play for that. But as soon as I actually see that the ball is going to bounce actually like backwards toward the, like off of the rim, I'm playing for the box out a little bit more, just making sure that I don't give up an easy rebound by any means. But you can see, I mean, it like rims in and out. I don't even know which side it even hit in the first place. I don't even know if it was front or back or whatever it might be. But you can see this one right here is slightly early, hits back rim, bounces in. Now this one right here, you're going to see he shoots a very early, slightly covered. And where is that going to go? You already know. Super long, air ball, super far. I'm already there for it because of exactly what I just knew. Look, I'm going to just put it like this. There's a lot of stuff when it comes to the rebounding that is actually pretty intellectual and pretty IQ based, if you let it be. Like I said, there's a lot of that stuff that you can know and it will make you a better rebounder, but we're here to talk about the glass takeover and what it does for you. Now, sometimes it's so good that it's bad. So what we're talking about here is how it gave me a great box animation. Like, I'm talking, this dude got sealed off completely. It cut him off all types of different ways, like when he was trying to swim to the left right there, and it just cut him off. Now, unfortunately, I saw the trajectory already going that way, but it had me mid-animation. You're seeing me try and run for it, but it's too late, and long rebound, nobody gets it. But now you want to talk the craziness of this, and you can see my bronze box flashing right there. That's what I ran this entire like set of clips and stuff like that, just to clarify. But you're gonna see the bailout of this aspect right here. So you're gonna see I'm on the left side of him. He's already starting the shot. I should have been pushing to the right and trying to seal this other guy off for the box out, but you're gonna see I'm just kind of stuck behind. Right now, again, this is gonna hit sort of back rim. It's gonna bounce back out to the left. Now I get sandwiched between these two right here, and this is not a good situation by any means. Like, this is easy rebound for this guy, even if it goes super long, even though I can see it's going right here, right? But either way, if it goes super long and I wasn't able to see this, then this is a horrible position to be in. But either way, you're gonna see I dislodge it from their hands just out of the sake of this glass takeover being on. You can't convince me that that right there happens regardless of having glass takeover on, like if I don't have it on, because that 100%, I've never seen that happen unless I was running this, and I probably played like 7 games with this glass takeover, and boom, this happens right here. I've played like 400, 500 plus without it, and I've never seen that happen so far. And then not only that, where I was able to dislodge it between the two of them, but I get this extra lunge right here. Now, honestly, this might just be response time and just like reaction quickness from myself. I don't really like want to put too much credit into the glass cleaner takeover's hands when it comes to that right there. I mean, and honestly, that's just as simple as tapping Y when you see, you know, simply the ball is going to be replaced in a different area. So there's not too much complication to that. But I do want to say, I mean, flat out, that was a nice little jump right there that I was able to get regardless. And then J20 greens the shot right here. All right, so now we're out of the little film room aspect. I hope you guys enjoyed the clips. If you did, feel free to drop a like, all that good stuff. Like I said, let's try to 1,000 likes. But regardless, now we're going to talk about the takeover options and the badges and etc. stuff like that. Talk about maybe which ones of these you want to try out and which ones you should stay away from. And then I'll also talk about what ratings you need to actually get the glass cleaning takeovers as well. So anyway, moving along, See the Future, like I said, 100% is going to be the best takeover when it comes to glass cleaning stuff, in my opinion. I think glass cleaning dimes is way too specific and just flat out is like, you know, it's only offensive rebounds in the first place. Well, I guess you could get a couple D boards and like kick out to your teammate, etc., stuff like that. But honestly, as far as like a 3v3 aspect, that's pretty much ridiculously like useless, I would put it like that. And then for box out wall, I mean, the description right here says allows you to block out stronger players or swim around them to secure more rebounds, but I feel like I'm already doing that regardless with this takeover right here. I think literally all 3 of these would probably do that. So that's why I like the ability of See the Future the most. I feel like this works very well for offensive rebounding, defensive rebounding. Flat out is going to secure the rebounds, and honestly, I mean, if you get the rebound and you can pass out your teammate on a catch and shoot shot, I really don't think he's going to need glass cleaning dimes to hit, especially with my build. I already got Hall of Fame dimer floor general. I mean, like, I really shouldn't need glass cleaning dimes, Hall of Fame dimer, and Hall of Fame floor general to be able to, you know, have people hit. I even use playmaking boost on top of that as well. But anyway, I do think See the Future is the only one of these you should run. Now, I want to also talk about how lock takeover is pretty underrated in my opinion as well. I might even honestly switch my secondary takeover to extreme clamps and just run See the Future as my primary, or just maybe even run extreme clamps as my primary and run See the Future as secondary. Either way, I think people sleep on running lock and glass takeover because a lot of people, they just think the only thing worth running is spot up precision on a build like mine where I only have 8 shooting badges. I feel like I can hit consistently regardless. And then you definitely don't need a slashing takeover to slash well. And honestly, you don't even need a shot creator takeover to be a reliable 3-point threat. I mean, really, I feel like when it comes to the struggles of this game, it is most specifically defense. And then honestly, like I said, rebounding, it does feel a little bit kind of random at times, but this See the Future like takeover, man, it has changed my whole perspective on rebounding. And like I said, man, when I was running extreme clamps for the lock takeovers, my primary, I was loving on-ball defense and just defense in general in this game. I just think a lot of people, they gassed up these sharp takeovers and the shot creator takeover stuff, myself included. I was buying into the hype and stuff like that as well. And honestly, I had to see for myself, first and foremost, that these glass takeovers and the lock takeovers are really nice. And I've seen my homie Dope, and a lot of you guys might be new to the channel if you're watching this video. I know this is one that could become pretty mainstream, but either way, if you're new to the channel, I run with my guy Dope, and he has rim protector takeover, paint intimidation. That thing goes crazy as far as stopping people from dunking on him and stuff like that. Again, I think a lot of people just be sleeping on the essentials for actually helping you get stops and get rebounds in this game when that's a hard thing to do in the first place. So now as for the badge levels that I run, I'm cool with this bronze box. Why? Because not many people use glass takeover in the first place and they're not getting the swim moves on me anyway. And then on top of that, not many people use worm. So I think honestly this box is more so just a counter to the worm and a counter for like the glass cleaning takeovers to where, you know, people are gonna like swim move around you and just bump you out the way, stuff like that. I think you can definitely get by with just bronze box. Now rebound chaser, I 100% recommend to have on Hall of Fame. You're gonna like, that just depends on the priority you get when it comes to you tapping Y to go up and try and grab a rebound. It's gonna give you better jumps, better lunges, better strides when it comes to just, you know, chasing down long rebounds, all types of stuff like that. Hall of Fame rebound chaser, super important. Now worm, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say I don't think you should use it at all unless you're like super tall or like 7'3", something like that. I really don't think worm is really that important to use, and honestly maybe I'm sleeping on it because I don't know if there's certain mechanics that make you better, and maybe you have to use certain moves when it comes to like actually getting a swim move or a spin move when it comes to trying finessing the box out. But honestly, when it comes to my perspective and my build, I am perfectly fine with just, you know, like I mentioned earlier, the 50-50 rebounds, where if somebody's on my left, I play for the right, and just simple as that. Or if you try and run around them and secure the box out, like I also showed in that one clip as well, honestly, you don't really need worm, especially if you're somebody who doesn't have like a super slow build or anything like that by any means. Alright, so as for what you need to actually get a glass cleaning takeover on your build, a lot of this is variable and subject to change, because sometimes if you have too good of an attribute rating in a certain area, like for instance you might have too good of shooting to where you're going to get a sharp shot, and then you might have too good of playmaking, and then you're going to get playmaker takeover, and then you might have good finishing to where you have a slash takeover as well, and you're limited to 4 options per build. But regardless, here's the study I was able to do pretty quickly. So essentially, I was able to mess around with this, and pretty much if you go with 91 D-board, max it out for the 6'7" with like 6'11" wingspan, I was able to get 91 D-board, 80 O-board, and just like that, you're able to get the glass takeover. Now, if I go any lower than that and go to 90 and just put it into something random and get to 95 overall, you're going to see that that's no longer an option. Now, if I go ahead and take that off as well, and then put it, let's say, you know, max out the O board, put it at 89, now you're gonna be able to get it again. Honestly, like, it's all just subject to change. Go ahead and just tweak with this a little bit, and you're gonna see if I literally take anything off the O board, then boom, it's just not gonna be able to happen again. Like I said, this is all very like variable and subject to change with a lot of types of things. I don't even know how I have slash takeover with literally 25 driving dunk, 25 driving layup, while still having 89 D board and 81 O board. Again, like, a lot of this stuff, it's just weird priority things where clearly my rebounding is way better than my finishing, yet here I am with a slash takeover and no glass takeovers. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So again, just keep in mind, if you want that glass takeover option, maybe just tweak with it a little bit and just mess around here and there. But essentially, this is the type of criteria you need to meet for being able to get it. Anyway, that's all for the video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And if you did, feel free to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on them noties, all that good stuff. Like I said, let's try this one to 1K likes. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. If you made it to the end of the video, put glass in the comments to show support you made it all the way through as well. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.